Hello, superfans, and welcome to Alberta News and Views. Today, Pierre Poilievre visited a steel plant in Whitby, Ontario. The guy is on absolute fire. His rallies are huge. He's filling up like airplane hangars with people. I think it's 1,600 people tonight. We're going to check it out. It's amazing. There's so many people now that journalists and mainstream media, they can't ignore it. They're questioning the polls. I'm going to show you what is probably going on with the polls and why Mark Carney instantly skyrocketed in the polls when he was selected by Liberals and won the leadership race. And it is literally unbelievable. But check this out. I want you to see just how relatable to the common working man Pierre Poilievre is. People are laughing, they're interacting. It is a stark contrast to carnivore Carney when he speaks and he's at rallies. He doesn't take questions. He's locking out media, independent media. He is doing all of these conniving, sinister things, and no media is covering it. The media in Canada, you have to understand, the Red Star Media, Trudeau Media Corp, they are literally fighting for their jobs right now. If Pierre Poilievre gets in, they're done, and they should be done for what they are doing to the minds of an unsuspecting public, doing to the minds of Canadians. They are manipulating them. Anyway, pay attention to this crowd. He is so likable. It's refreshing to see.
I'm trying to stay as far back as I can. Thanks a lot.
How's it going out there? Yeah. After the rally?
Yeah, you're doing real rallies, not like the little 60 people in a pub, not a little pub.
Be a real one.
Nice to meet you. You as well.
I don't got a lot of time, but later in these videos, here, I'll just show you real quick here. He's signing all the hard hats of all these people. They're waiting around. They're waiting for him. Whereas Mark Carney either disappears or the people disappear. Come to think of it, I think that's why Mark Carney just disappears and runs away. Because he doesn't want to stand there through the embarrassment of people not wanting to shake his hand or even talk to the guy. It's crazy. Anyway, continuing on. So here's a post from Pierre Poilievre. This is great. To me, I think this is what Pierre Poilievre really needs to focus on is this and what the Liberals have done to Canadians the last 10 years. He says, Carney is compromised by the authoritarian regime of Beijing. Yes, keep on saying that. His company owes the Chinese state-owned bank $250 million. He protected a Liberal candidate and MP who said a Canadian citizen should be turned over to Beijing for a bounty. And now we find out he lobbied the Chinese government weeks before becoming PM to deepen cooperation. The Carney Liberals can't be trusted to keep Canadians safe. They don't deserve a fourth term. There is no reason why Pierre Poilievre, nobody cares where he's at or how his hair is or anything. There's no reason why Pierre Poilievre couldn't just turn on his phone and say this. Just say this. And then post this at the same time in the bottom corner. His comms team really needs to deliver this message. PM lobbied mayor of Beijing, Prime Minister Mark Carney, only weeks before seeking the Liberal leadership lobby Beijing's mayor to deepen cooperation. Here he is right here. So the world can see what they're dealing with and what they might be voting for. Continuing on, from the post-millennial. 6,500 people. I was way off. Sorry for that. Pierre Poilievre's Canada First rally in Oshawa kicks off with O Canada. An estimated 6,500 people are in attendance. Listen to this. God, keep our land glorious and free. Notice they saying that. And all thy sons command. Notice they saying that as well. You will never, ever, ever, ever see a natural crowd like this for Mark Carney. You will not. It will be a paid for something crowd for sure. Anyway, continuing on. The National Post. Conservatives in the lead for the first time in federal campaign, new poll shows. Now, how is it the polling could be so skewed and staggered? It all depends on where they are polling. They never ever have that tracking data. It's disturbing. This right here, there is no way that any half-brained Canadian would vote for this guy when there is so much ammo against him every day. You just can't deny how bad this guy lies. He's copycat Carney. Check this out.
The financial crisis, 2008-9, when I was governor, we avoided a recession. We're now in recession with GDP projected to fall by 1.2% this year.
It's like this every day, all day. And by the way, this is how Canadians are going to win. This is how conservatives are going to win. Tomorrow, these videos of this rally are going to be everywhere. And media cannot deny the support. And the Canadian-like people, the stereotypical Canadian support that Pierre Poilievre has. It's not Maple MAGA. These aren't extremists. These are workers. These are regular people. The media cannot ignore the movement that is going on right now. Anyway, so how is Mark Carney going to win this election? The same way that Justin Trudeau won the last 3 elections. It's the same reason why the polls are skewed so bad. This is one reason, and I'm going to show you another reason right after. The vast majority of the population in Canada lives right here. This area right here decides the fate of all of Canada. So all the party, doesn't matter which one, all they have to do is concentrate the voter base right here or register as a voter in this area right here. Seriously, I've been saying this for years. So, half the population of Canada lives below that straight red line on this map. The same population occupies 3% of the country's landmass, while the other half lives in the remaining 97% of the country. Confederation is a nice experiment that lasted 150 years, but it's come to an end. Proportional representation based on population will never, ever work. Western Canada will never get a fair deal. Western independence. All roads lead to Western independence. If the West did nothing this federal election, it wouldn't matter because Ontario and Quebec decide. People in Montreal and Toronto keep electing idiots, and the consequence is that they are responsible for breaking up our country. As an example, voters in the Greater Toronto Area have a violent crime problem because of their failed policies of their leaders, and now they are forcing the rest of us to abandon our firearms, destroying a century-old way of life because they just don't like guns. Canada is divisive by design. It is a monopoly country. It is not a serious country, especially when you have a nation living within it. Continuing on. This is from Bruce McGonigal. Give him a follow. He's got great stuff. He makes my life very easy. Overseas votes should never swing ridings inside Canada. Yet, good luck getting the data on the vote breakdown from China. Do you see how this works? Mark Carney just took $250 million right before he went in for the riding. He asked for help. I bet you dimes to dollars, 99% of votes from China end up in swing ridings, voting 100% Liberal or NDP, depending on who can win the riding. Do you understand? Do you understand how these polls are swayed now? There are over 2 million eligible voters outside of Canada. We need one riding for those votes. They are everywhere, unregistered, unfettered. Over 2 million that we know of. Why do you think Doug Ford is so chummy with Mayor Chow in Ontario, in Toronto? Are you serious? Now, if you're wondering where it's headed, look no further than Ireland. Refugees are given voting rights in Ireland. In a move turning heads across Europe, Ireland now allows refugees and asylum seekers to vote in local elections. You don't need a citizenship, just an identity card, and you are in. While other countries protect the ballot box, Ireland's government opened it wide open, handing political power to people who just arrived. That is where Canada is headed. Continuing on. Tamara Leach and Chris Barber. They got mischief. It's mischief charges. It's unreal. This from Lion Advocacy. Holy smokes. So after all of that, the Crown basically got them on a mischief charge. $10 million, 45 days of trial. This has got to be the worst use of court resources and taxpayer dollars in Canadian history. An absolute embarrassment and shame on the Crown. Canadian heroes and Freedom Convoy organizers Tamara Leach and Chris Barber, it's got mischief charges. You know, this infuriates me the most when I think about that 13-year-old in British Columbia that died of a drug overdose. And the people that sold her the drugs are walking free now on bail. And the list goes on. The list goes on with our drugs and our crime. $10 million for mischief charges? They tried to make an example out of them. It is absolutely ridiculous. Canada's gone. It's fallen. The systemic corruption's too deep. Oh my God. All roads lead to Western independence or independence of some sort. David Eby's Bill 7 power grab just sailed through second reading today thanks to John Roustad. He and multiple BC Conservative MLAs were MIA, missing in action during their turns to debate. I'm going to make a video on that. It's unreal. These politicians, I don't know if it's the stress or what, or they see the problems and they just don't care anymore because they know that they can't tackle it themselves. It's why we need independence in Alberta. Alberta is the tip of the spear. It really is. Complete reform by the people, for the people, politicians installed by the people that resemble the people. No more of these corporate commanders, these lawyers, these millionaires, billionaires, none of that shit anymore. It's time to get real grassroots politicians that put the people first and cannot be bought out by trinkets or cash or whatever their heart's desires. We have serious issues beyond the bubble of politics. Our natural earth is dying. Birds, bugs, bees, all of it. It is all declining. Our birth rate with humans is in steady decline. We have big problems, and it is because of the way that we are living and the things that are going on in our lives right now. It's so bad, people just can't take it anymore because it's information overload. So they have their hands over their eyes, fingers in their ears. They don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to deal with anything. So they're willing to just do what the screen tells them so they can just go out the rest of their lives because they are overloaded. It is scary. Talking to people and trying to rationalize and debate with them on the decisions that they are making. People don't care about Mark Carney's background. They don't care. They have Stockholm Syndrome. It is mass formation psychosis in Canada. They have been abused. They have been mind-fucked, lack of better word. So they just want to do what they're comfortable with, which is the abuse. And it's scary for them to go outside of that. And that's where we're at in Canada. It's terrifying, especially if you're me and you've seen it happen. You've seen it work. You've seen these tactics from the 20s, 30s, and 40s work. We like to think that because of information, there's no way that it could happen here. Yeah, it can happen here because good people don't want to do bad things, and this government is forcing people to make that decision, and they don't want to do it. So they're just clicking vote here, vote here, vote here for $10 a day childcare, thinking that's a win. They're telling themselves that's a win when it's not. That's actually an admission of a failed government when you flip it. Oh, I'm voting for $10 a day childcare. That's not a good thing. The government is stealing from you so much. They're stealing so much from you that you can't even afford to take care of your children. That's actually what's going on here. They're taking the whole cracker and giving you crumbs, and then you're thankful for it. It's just like all of these disgusting Liberal MPs praising themselves for getting rid of the carbon tax that they implemented. It's the oldest trick in the book of an abuser. They create a problem, provide a solution. They do this over and over and over again until you just can't take it, until they own you. That's where we're at now in Canada. It's complete bullshit. All roads lead to Western independence. I will keep you updated with as much as I can when I can. All of you out there, like, share, and take care. And follow me on Substack, Spotify, and of course, YouTube.